Record. Yeah. So we are Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. So I started the recording. So what the topic we are discussing? How to keep our devotional service running? How to get into a commitment of reading Bhagavad Gita every day? Why? Because Bhagavad Gita is a divine conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. That is point number one. And Bhagavad Gita, uh, spoken by the Lord once in a Brahma's one day. What is Brahma's one day time? It is 8.4 billion years. In that 8.4 billion years, only one time Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears. How fortunate we are, how fortunate we are just to see Krishna appeared, Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 5,500 years ago. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like 500 years ago, Krishna 5,500 years ago, like they appeared and they disappeared. So we are very close to that particular uh, the great yuga, correct? Because they just appeared and like given all the instruction and they disappeared, and we are following them, and how fortunate we are to get their knowledge, and how misfortune it would be if we are not following or if we are not practicing it. That has to hit hard in all our mind, and we need to make a commitment to read Bhagavad Gita at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes in a day. We all are busy in our office work and homework and uh, say what not, but no one can say that okay, I am 24 bar 7 busy, that I don't have time even 5 minutes like a not to read Bhagavad Gita, to read Bhagavad Gita. So please have the commitment to read Bhagavad Gita at least 5 minutes, at least one sloka. Okay, that the sloka, if you are reading, it will remove the shoka in our life. Learn the sloka so that shoka in our life will be going away from us. That has to be our commitment. Read at least like a 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like a one sloka, two sloka, likewise. Make it as a practice. Then Krishna will be happy because it is an instruction by Krishna to Arjuna, not only to Arjuna, every one of us. He he put Arjuna into that situation, and he give that instruction so that we all will learn via this great divine conversation. That is the importance of Bhagavad Gita. That has to be understood, that has to be practiced. Okay, that should not let us sleep. Okay, that is the way we have to treat Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is a divine manual, it is a life manual. It is talking about how to live our life, how to eat, how much to eat, how to sleep, how much to sleep. Okay, and how to speak, how to take care of our body, how to take care of our mind, how to take care of our speech. In 17th sloka, in 17th chapter, three slokas are there where austerity of the body, austerity of the speech, austerity of the mind is there, and how we have to behave with others, how we can love Lord, how we can do the devotion service, how we can be helpful to others, how we can surrender to Lord. You name anything, it is there in Bhagavad Gita. That is the divine conversation. Sometimes when things are available very easily, we tend to forget or tend to ignore. That should not be the mindset of all of us, because we got this rarest of the opportunity. We got the this very precious thing in our life. Let us not misuse, let us not ignore, let us not avoid, let us try to include Bhagavad Gita in our life. When we talk to others, like I try to refer some sloka, it is not to show our knowledge or like a show off. No, it is just like okay, that message will change someone's life. Trust me, like I have seen personally Personally, I have seen how prasadam changed one uh, one Christian, very ardent follower of like a Christianity, that Prabhu changed from Christianity to like okay to Hinduism, and he took initiation. He was performing. He was chanting 16 rounds, and he was doing excellent devotional service. And he passed away also. I have seen personally, like I have experienced, okay, that how Prashadam, okay, in his office, the other devotee who was offering the mantra and consuming the Prashadam, okay, then this Prabhu, okay, who was at the time like a practicing Christianity, he was asking him, what you are doing, like how you can be so peaceful, and you are so calm, and I didn't see like a too much of passion in you. What is happening, and why you are treating your food as like okay, you are reciting some mantra? Then that devotee mentioned, okay, this is not the normal food, okay, it is the poha, poha. It is a boha offered to the Lord, so Lord will remove all the sin from that particular food, and he gives us like okay, the energy, nutrition, everything. Then he got like attracted, and he slowly start asking, okay, what is the mode of goodness, what is the mode of like a passion, what is the mode of ignorance, then how these three modes are controlling us, and how we can elevate ourselves from this mode of goodness, and the mode of mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance to mode of goodness, and further like a to Suddha Sattva. So that is how the conversation started, and it ended great thing in his life. Like he start practicing the bhakti yoga, and he got initiated. So when we talk to our friends, like hey, we have to develop that attitude of passing that knowledge, because Krishna says one who pass this knowledge to others, they are very very dear to me. Okay, so we all have so many friends in our life, correct? We have so many friends, so it is our duty to talk about this Bhagavad Gita to others, to our friends, so that we will be able to get dearer to the Lord. That is our motive, correct? No one wants to be enemy of the Lord. Every one of us like I want to be very closer to Lord, and like we wanted to be we want to be very dear to Lord, correct? That is what we have to perform. We have to practice. We have to practice and like preach others. Okay, so important. Why we read Bhagavad Gita? Because sometimes we need to analyze ourselves. Am I doing right thing? Am I doing things correctly? I am coming and attending the class, okay, because of push from someone else, or I am trying to attend myself like with my own discipline. But what is the benefit out of me, benefit for me by attending this class? What I am going to bring a change in my life, day to day life? What I am going to do? Am I just attending this 1 hour like going away, or how I can bring a change in my life, like in my activity, slowly and steadily? Let me think about the Lord, let me try to do the devotion service, let me read scripture, let me read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, etc., etc. So that is how we need to bring the change in all of us, and there is no better time to start the things like good things from today. Don't postpone. Okay, so that is how we need to develop the attitude of like okay, reading the scripture. We all know we have to read Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is a divine conversation, and it is so important conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita is a 18 chapter spread across like a 700 slokas. Those 18 chapters are further divided into 666. The first 6 chapter talking about predominantly the karma yoga section of it, how to do the karma, how to do our work, and like okay, get detached from the results of the work. Then the middle 6 chapter called the bhakti yoga. The last 6 chapter are called jnana yoga. So this bhakti yoga section of it where we are in the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the 8th chapter, it starts from 7, 8, 9. 7th chapter, what is the name of the chapter?
Knowledge of the
Knowledge
absolute.
of the absolute.
Yeah, correct. Then the 8th chapter, by having that knowledge, how to attain the supreme. So 7th chapter is called the knowledge of the absolute. First, before we love anyone, we need to understand what are their characteristics, attributes, features, all those things. So that is what we studied. Okay, Krishna is present in the water, he is present in the sun and moon, he is present in the Vedic womb, he is present in, like, okay, every living entity. And we need to understand first that, then we have to attain the supreme. Uh, how to develop that, to understand, and how to practice that in our life. So that is what 8th chapter, where Arjuna asking like so many questions, and Krishna is answering how to remember the Lord, like at the time of death, the entire thing. Okay, that we have seen. So knowledge of the absolute, then attaining the supreme, then this chapter, like, okay, which is 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge. So what is confidential knowledge? Which is more confidential knowledge, and which is most confidential knowledge? This we have seen. Let me know, like, who can say that. What is confidential knowledge? What
Prabhu,
is more
confidential knowledge
confidential
is
knowledge and most confidential knowledge?
Prabhu, confidential knowledge that we are soul, not body.
Okay. Which has been said in which chapter?
Chapter 2.
Yeah, chapter 2 and 3. Okay, that is talking about we are not the body, we are the soul. Okay, via the Sankhya Yoga, that has been explained. That is what the confidential knowledge. So many material persons, like, do not know what is their purpose of their life. Why? What is the difference between body and soul? They don't know that knowledge. Okay, they may be a PhD holder or double PhD or like a triple PhD, but if we do not know, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, then all our knowledge is nothing but zero. So that is what confidential knowledge. That is guhyam. Okay. Then more confidential knowledge. What is more confidential knowledge? What is more confidential knowledge? So confidential knowledge, we know, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, which is explained in chapter 2 and 3. That is what confidential knowledge. Then more confidential knowledge. What is more confidential knowledge? By knowing that, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, how we can develop the lost relationship, lost loving relationship with the Lord. How to develop that? Okay, that is what we have seen in chapter 7 and 8, which is the starting of the devotional section of the Bhagavad Gita. Why, how he is starting in the 7th chapter? How Krishna starting to Arjuna?
Tat Shruno.
Tashruno, hear attentively, because I am going to talk about Guhya Tamam. Okay, which is I am going to talk about the more confidential knowledge, as how to understand, how to know about the knowledge of the absolute, and how to understand, how to attain that supreme by understanding that knowledge. That is what Guhya Tamam, like, hey. So Guhyam is confidential knowledge. Guhya Tamam is more confidential knowledge. And the most confidential knowledge, something is there, like a Guhya. I will tell that word. But so everyone knows what is confidential knowledge. What is more confidential knowledge? What is more confidential knowledge?
The confidential knowledge is we are soul, not the body.
Okay. More confidential knowledge.
But
What is more confidential knowledge?
to be honest, I didn't understand properly, Prabhu.
How to attain the supreme by knowing the confidential knowledge.
Correct, exactly. So that is what mentioned.
Thank you. Attain the
knowledge of the
supreme.
absolute. Okay, understand the knowledge of the absolute and how to attain the supreme by doing the devotional service. That is what more confidential knowledge. I will open that slide, then you will be able to understand, because this we have seen multiple times, but I am sure that, like, okay, we need some revision uh, to know about this, because we need to understand and read. Otherwise, like, just covering the slokas and going through it is not going to help us at all, because all these learnings, all these teachings has to bring the change in us. It has to transform. That is the reason for attending these classes. Like, so that is very, very important. We have to do that and we have to understand that. Okay. So this is what the thing. Are you able to see, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, this is confidential. See here. Chapter 2 and 3, knowledge of the spirit, soul, body, and useful for liberation. How we can liberate? First, we need to understand we are not the body, we are the soul. And how to attain that our supreme destination. That is the confidential knowledge. Then more confidential, nothing I am speaking on my own words or my own knowledge, like it has been said by the Lord. More confidential is chapter 7 and 8, which brings about the enlightenment about Krishna consciousness, Supreme Lord, and his energies, which is what we have seen. The knowledge of the absolute is nothing but Krishna's material and spiritual energies. Okay. The what is that? Two luminous and phenomenal. Okay. That is what the thing which we covered. Luminous and phenomenal. Numinous and phenomenal. Okay, these two things are being said in the chapter 7 and 8. So knowledge of the absolute and attaining the supreme, that is what more confidential knowledge. Then the most confidential, which we are seeing in the 9th chapter, because it deals with pure unalloyed devotion and delineates like the glories of the Lord. It is talking about the glories of the Lord and how we can perform the unalloyed devotion. When we perform this unalloyed devotion, then we are understanding the most confidential knowledge and we are performing in our day-to-day life. This is very, very important, because Krishna said the 9.34 sloka is the middle of the whole 700 slokas. Okay, which is Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru. That sloka comes in the 9th chapter and it is the most confidential knowledge which Krishna says. Okay, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, please pay obeisances to me. Okay, respect other devotees and do the devotion service, worship me. These are the things Krishna says in the devotion service, because that is what the most confidential knowledge which is being said by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita. So now everyone understood, like, okay, what is confidential, what is more confidential, what is most confidential, correct? Most confidential is performing that unalloyed devotional service. Energies of the Lord.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
I never covered this, Prabhu, since I have joined.
Yeah, but we have covered this like around last the 9th chapter, like, okay, around 3 or 4 times we covered. So that's what sometimes, like,
Ninth
okay, we
chapter,
may be
Prabhu. We are on the eighth chapter, no?
Maji, we are in the 9th chapter.
Okay, sorry, but in ninth chapter, even I did not, or maybe I skipped, so I didn't,
Yeah. No
paid
problem. Like now
attention.
it is the
Maybe,
right time to
yeah.
learn. Yeah. Anyone else having any query? Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhu.
Okay. So this is very, very important. And who can get this knowledge? What is the qualification to get this knowledge? He has to,
Who is not envious?
yeah, non-envious, anasuyave. Okay. Okay, what is the benefit of that hearing? How to receive that proper hearing? Like that is what been said in the 7.1 also. Tashrunu, correct? Here also he says, Rajavidya Rajagugyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaga Avagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Then what are the benefits? Relief from the miseries of material existence. So now the call will get disconnect, like please rejoin. We will see the 9.14 again, which we covered last week, but we will cover it again. So 9.14 is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantascha Dridavridaha Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate. Very, 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 very important sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Because it talks about the bhakti. It talks about how to perform that bhakti in every day of our life, every moment of our life. Satatam kirtayantomam. He didn't say, okay, when you are having free time, like do the kirtan. No. Satatam, always kirtayantaha, chanting. Mam, not about chanting others, okay. Hare Krishna. So let me share the screen. So as I mentioned, like this is very important sloka. Okay. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhridavridaga namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So we have to chant the glories of the Lord all the time, not whenever we are free. Okay. Always chanting the glories of the Lord about me. It is about Krishna, not about any mundane topics. Don't chant or don't discuss any mundane topics with others. Always chant the glories of the Lord. Okay. Yatantasya, fully endeavoring. That endeavor has to be that desire to serve the Lord has to be there all the time. Dhrita vradaga, with determination. For this determination, we have seen some story last week. What is that story? Which story we have seen last week? About how determined we have to be in while performing devotion service.
That sparrow story?
Exactly, yeah. The sparrow story. So sparrow was determined to get back its eggs from the ocean because ocean swallowed the sparrow's egg, correct? So then with this little beak, it was trying to dry up the entire ocean water, which would not be possible at all for a sparrow. But Lord was happy to see the determination of that sparrow, and he sent his disciple Garuda, and Garuda was trying to negotiate with the ocean, and the ocean was not ready to give that egg back to a sparrow. Then Garuda, with his power, he dried up the whole ocean and get those eggs back to sparrow. Okay, so this is what the determination determines. Okay, we all know we have less power, we don't have all the power, but we have the power of the chanting, power of the holy name, power of the Lord. If we dedicatedly and if we properly do the devotion service, then Lord will make things happen which we would not have imagined to happen. We can never say that, okay, I am so disqualified, or I have no qualification, that a Lord cannot uplift me. No qualifications or no disqualifications or or big thing from the with the Lord. even a very, very disqualified person can become a great devotee by the mercy of the Lord. Even a very qualified devotee can go and do bad things, like, okay, if Lord decides. We have seen in the whole of the scriptures, correct? One is Ajamila, who performed great devotion service, but by just seeing one man and woman uniting, he fall down and he committed like a lot of sins. The similar thing, like Vishwamitra, he was doing tapas for 40,000 years. Can we imagine, like a 40,000 years he is doing tapas without even a break of a second? But one ankling sound, okay, uh, disturbed him, and he fell down from the great position. This is, their qualifications are not great like in front of the Lord. How we see like a disqualifications. Who wrote Ramayana? Who is the author of Ramayana?
Prabhu Valmiki.
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 What is Valmiki's original name?
Mm,
What is Valmiki's original name? Ratnakar. Ratnakar is the Valmiki's original name. He was a hunter. He kills and he robs from many just to sustain his families, just to take care of his family. He was robbing, he was killing the animals, etc., etc. Then, with the mercy of the Narada Muni met him and he told that, okay, you are doing these many sinful activities. Is your family going to take part of all those things? Okay, just go and ask your wife, will she get whatever like a karma you are getting from this act? Will she get the part of it? When he goes and asks like his wife, wife says, no, it is your duty. It's a duty of a husband to take care of the family. Why I need to take part like in your sinful activities? Then Ratnakar got like some message. Then he goes to his father and mother. Will you take the sinful activities part of it? The part of sinful activities. They told no. It is a duty of a son to take care of their parents. Why we should take your bad karma? Then he goes and asks his son. Son also says like it is a duty of a father like to take care of the kids. How we can get part like into your the bad karma. Then Ratnakar understood, okay, whatever bad karma we are doing, whatever sinful activity I am doing, I only need to suffer. Why to suffer? Let me understand and let me do the devotion service. So at the time, Narada Muni says, like, you say as Rama, Rama, Rama. But for Ratnakar, Rama is not coming. But he was understanding Mara. What is the meaning of a Mara in Hindi?
die.
Die or kill, correct? So Mara,
Yeah.
Mara, 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 Mara. Like, okay, then it becomes like a Rama, Rama. Then that Ratnakar becomes like, okay, so much attached to the doing the devotion service. Then he got the
But
understanding.
Prabhu, can I raise one thing, Prabhu, here? I
Yeah,
mean,
Maji, please. Yeah.
a person, very ordinary, even below to ordinary person will never rob. But a person like, sinful Ratnakar, he must have done something very, very pious so that he got Narada Muni in get the association even for a Shan Matra. Then he
Yeah, yeah, correct,
understood.
correct.
He then diverted himself.
Yeah, Maji, correct. That is
That
correct. Like,
himself must be having some past. Ratnakar must be having some, done some
yeah,
something
yeah,
very,
great
very
things.
pious.
Yes, yes, yes. There is no doubt. Okay. To get a sadhu sangha, it is not so easy. I will quote two or three slokas, which you will. Yesterday's sloka also, like, okay, we have seen, correct? Tulayama Lavenapi, correct? The same sloka, that is very very important sloka. Why I am saying is, can any one of us see in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto comes twice, correct? Anyone knows about this? Manmana Bhava Madbhakto comes in 9th chapter and 18th chapter also. If you see, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, okay. It comes in 9.34 and 18.65 also. Okay. But there is a slight difference in the words, okay. In the 18.65, it says, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Matyajimam Namaskuru Mamevai Sasi Satyam Se Pratijane Priyosi Me. Okay. In the 9.34, it comes, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mamevai Sasi Yuktaivam Atmanam Mat Parayanaha. These three or four words like a difference in 9.34 and 18.65. Okay, Mamevai Sasi, until Mamevai Sasi, it is same, but the last three words like it is different from 9.34 to 18.65. But if you go to Veda base, okay, in the Bhagavatam, there is two sloka identical. There is not even a single difference, okay. It is in 1.18.30, 13, 1:18:13, then 4:30:34, 4:30:34. It is the same sloka. Okay, if you see what is said here, Tulayama lavenapi na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kim utasitaha. Okay, this is the sloka. What is the meaning of the sloka? The value of a moment's association with a devotee of the Lord, like you mentioned, devotee of the Lord's association cannot even be compared to the attainment of the heavenly planets. As many would be wanting to go to heavenly planets, correct? But the value of a moment's association with the devotees of the Lord cannot even be compared to the attainment of the heavenly planet or even liberation from the matter. And what to speak of worldly benedictions such as like a material prosperity, which are for those meant for death, okay? This sloka has to remind us the importance of the Vaishnava association. The same sloka, 1:18:13, not even a single word, okay? Here also see, Tulayama lavenapi na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kim utasitaha. Same thing. Even a moment's association with the pure devotee cannot be compared to being transferred to heavenly planets, or even only the this one been a little changes or the translation, or even merging into the Brahma's effulgence in complete liberation. For living beings who are destined to give up the body and die, association with pure devotee is the highest benediction. That is what, who got it? Who got this association? Ratnagar got it, and he transformed himself into Valmiki, and he was able to give the greatest scripture, which is Ramayana. That is the power of a moment's association. Even Dhruva
Even
Maharaj.
Narada Muni, Prabhu, even
Exactly,
Narada
ma'am.
Muni himself,
Yeah.
he also had the, prasadam, remnant
Exactly. From the
prasadam.
association of all the munis, correct? Like, yeah, the great sages.
Correct.
Via them, even a maid servant son can become a greatest devotee of the Lord, who can go to anywhere and everywhere by chanting the glories of the Lord. See, everything associates, correct? The other sloka also there, Durlabham Manusha Deho. This also we have seen, correct? Durlabham Manusham Deho, Dehinam Shanabanguraha, Tatrapi Durlabham Manne, Vaikunta Priya Darshanam. What is that? For the conditioned soul, the human body is the most difficult to achieve and it can last any moment. But I think even those who have achieved a human life rarely gain association of pure devotees who are dear to the Lord of Vaikunta. So getting human body is rare, Even the rarest thing is to get the association of the pure devotees. That is what importance, like, so that is what we are doing. We are doing nothing but the association by chanting the glories of the holy name, by chanting the, this is what been mentioned here. Okay, how connected it is. See, satatam kirtayantamam. Kirtayanta means like, okay, chanting the glories of Lord, chanting the glories of the holy name. Satatam kirtayantamam yatantasta vridadaraga. The determination, we have to determine in performing bhakti. Namasyantasya, we have to perform obeisances to the Lord. For this, we have seen one pastime recently, correct? On the first day of January, correct? First January we have seen the obeisances. What is that pastime? Who can remember? Let's see.
1st January, Prabhu.
Yeah, in your home only, Mataji, we have seen. What is the pastime?
That Narsimha, sorry, Prahlad Maharaj
Not
prayer,
yeah,
Prabhu, you're
that
talking
sloka.
about?
In that sloka, we have seen like one pastime, correct? Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj.
Bali Maharaj, okay.
Yeah. Bali
Vaman
Maharaj,
Dev,
like,
yes.
okay. While Vamanadev entering into the assembly of the Bali Maharaj, at that time, he was not getting up and he was not paying the obeisances. In his heart, in his mind, he was paying the obeisances because he don't want to embarrass the other people by thinking that, okay, how the divine king or like the great king is paying obeisances to the small Brahmana boy. So, but he knows the Brahmana boy is not a normal human being. He is nothing but the Lord himself, okay? But he paid dandavats and obeisances in his heart, okay, silently. But after the whole Leela happened, when Vamanadev measured like, hey, the whole of the universe, heavenly and the material universe in his two steps, the third step, when he put his lotus feet on the top of the head of Bali Maharaj, Bali Maharaj was thinking, all others are embarrassed, okay, how our divine king like been humiliated. But Bali Maharaj is thinking, oh Krishna, what I have done? I just offered a simple obeisances in my heart, but for that you are giving me the greatest blessing of touching my head and my body with the lotus feet, and you are giving my the permanent position of like the Patala Loka, the king of Patala Loka all the time. Then what would have happened if I paid you the prostrated obeisances unto you? That is the beauty of Lord's reciprocation. If you do one thing, Lord will give 100 things. Everyone understood this pastime, correct? By just merely offering a very small obeisances in his heart, Bali Maharaj got the greatest blessing. Then what to speak of, like if we offer the prostrated obeisances to the Lord, then what kind of benefit we will get, how Lord will reciprocate. It is unimaginable. That is the beauty of Lord's reciprocation. Even Kalia also, when Krishna is dancing on the hoods of Kalia's wives, okay, they are coming, Nagapatnis, okay, they are coming and praying to Lord. Many great devotees, munis, sages, like they are just waiting for the darshan of you and waiting to touch your lotus feet. But what great thing this Kalia, this demon, done that, okay, your lotus feet is dancing on his hoods. That is the beauty of Lord's mercy. Correct? Kalia was a demon, but the demon got the mercy of like a touched by the lotus feet of the Lord. Not only touched, he is dancing on the hoods of the Kalia. That is the reason even Kalia also like not been killed by the Lord. That Kalia been thrown away like from that particular location. So Kalia was not punished by the Lord. Okay, this is the mercy of the Lord because of the Nagapatni's
Correct, Prabhu.
prayers. Yeah. Okay, so that all these devotional service has to be performed nitya yukta upasate. We have to worship the Lord, and it has to be perpetually engaged. Okay, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So I think again we have to cover this 9.14 because it is never ending sloka, and we keep on talking about association, chanting the glories of the holy name, the beauty of Lord's lotus feet, etc., etc. Yeah, surrendering to the Lord and doing the devotion service. So we will go slowly only this 9th chapter because I want everyone to understand, read, and practice it. Okay, without any rush, but please make an effort to read Bhagavad Gita every day in our life so that we get the mercy of the Lord. With that, I end the class here. Please let me know your views, your feedback, and your understanding. Hare Krishna. Sorry if I feel little or I was a little hard on any of the topic, but it is the need of an hour, and we have to understand, practice, and perform. Hare Krishna. And preach to others also. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for reminding us, and most importantly, that take out those 5 minutes. Nobody is that much busy, that 24/7. That is the takeaway for me. And eventually, just 2 days back, I took out my Bhagavad Gita from my altar, and this is one of the layer which has come from you, that we are not busy 24/7. So I have just started one shloka every day, and just pray for me. I should be more consistent.
Yeah, Maji,
Thank you,
when you
Prabhu.
have the desire to serve the Lord, Lord will make arrangement and will remove all the obstacles. And definitely, our prayers are there, for every one of us to read Bhagavad Gita at least minimum one sloka, dedicate 5 to 10 minutes, okay, and get the mercy of the Lord and to please the Lord. He would be so pleased when we refer some quotes to others or when we read Bhagavad Gita and understand and practice it. Okay. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna
Thank
Maji.
you for
Thanks a
being a
lot.
part of our association and to
Haribol.
guide
Hare Krishna.
us.
Yeah. Thanks, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thanks all for joining once again and have a wonderful weekend and a week ahead. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare
With
Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Thank you,
Same to
Prabhu.
you. Same
Hare
to you, Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Danvat
yeah, Hare,
Pranam to all.
yeah, Hare Krishna. With all your permission, let me